Welcome back to Good Cop, Bad Cop podcast. This is motivational athlete Ali Rashid, and we have
Bearded Man Food Review. Oh my gosh.
Let's stop it. He does it all the time.
Yo, it's Bearded Mo.
What's wrong with this guy? He does
Oh
this.
my gosh.
And the phone ringing as well. What we're talking about today, Bearded Mo.
Cool. So today we're going to be talking about a new Netflix TV show. Is it TV? It's a movie, I believe it is, which is called Cuties, and it's based on an 11-year-old who wants to join a twerking group.
Now, for those who don't know what that's about, it's this new era, maybe in the last 5 or 6, 7 years, the so-called twerking, whatever dance, it's the so-called dance, but it's ridiculous how they're portraying this in the Netflix series. Me, myself, I've seen a little trailer, and I'm just like, what? You know what they're trying to do.
You can't even watch it, bro.
It's just agendas, and it's terrible. We're not here promoting anything about this. I'm basically against it.
I'm fully against it. But the way it's not just that. There's so many things that are wrong with that. Like one of them is it's basically about an 11-year-old Muslim girl, and she's a Muslim in real life as well. Let me just quickly point out there. It's about a 11-year-old Muslim girl who basically wants to be liberated. And she looks at this little twerking dance group, and she wants to be part of them. And it shows the side of, it basically shows her that she's oppressed, and like at home she's depressed, and she's not allowed to go out. And basically, it basically puts a bad light on Islam.
You know, to be fair, if you want to be liberated, there's so many different ways people want to be educated. They want to go into out of all things, twerking. Come on, be real.
Exactly.
Where I've never seen. I mean, like for example, breakdancing.
Yeah.
That's a bit more swag. It's a bit more, in with the youngish crowd now. Yeah. Breakdancing, and it's actually breaking the mold. And it's like you get insta famous if you're quite good at breakdancing, and like you could move across like Europe. Dancing and competition and trophies, and there's money in there now. But for me, okay, if a Muslim wanted to breakdance and you call that liberation, fair dues is dancing, fair enough. It's breakdancing, and it's like I'm not for it, but I'm not against it. It's just if they want to do that, it's like bodybuilders, Muslim bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to cover your aura as a Muslim guy, which is obviously down to your knees, depending on the opinion. Yeah. But to be fair, you've got loads of bodybuilders, some of the best bodybuilders in the world right now who are schooling the Western bodybuilders in culture and as in the games are the Arabs, the Qataris.
Yeah.
They are on a next level. Oxygen Gym is the leading gym in the world. So talking about bodybuilding, like fair enough, you still notice like if you're looking at a strict point of view from Islam, it's not really permissible to display your aura on stage, but you don't see it as in like if you have an open mind, you're thinking, okay, they're bodybuilding, they're developing, they're sculpting, whatever else. You know what I mean? They're not
building their strength.
Yeah, it's more about strength. It's about appearance. But this, in my eyes, there's not even a call for this. There's not even a need. I don't know any Muslims who even talk about twerking.
Yeah, exactly. And especially 11-year-old girl, like they are actually brainwashing kids. Like if we're not watching our kids, like when they go on Netflix, like we're not watching what they're watching. We don't know what they're up to. We don't know what they're watching, and this is absolutely disgusting as well.
Tell me why it's disgusting.
It's because there's one scene, well, there's a few scenes which are dodgy. There's a scene where the little girl, she's like an 11-year-old girl. She putting a finger in her mouth like that.
Which shows what?
Yeah, which shows like she wants something.
Promiscuous.
Yes. Yeah. There's another scene where there's a group of girls and they fall back, and the little girl's got her legs wide open. And I know for a fact, when they took that shot, they must have fallen, and the director must have said, look, when you fall, open your legs a little bit wider. That
is provocation, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's provocation. When you look at it, there's like more scenes. Like the whole trailer's 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
But there's like they're showing her with a scarf on, and then talk in an Islamic school or something, and talking about religion, like why it's not permissible or it's wrong and the devil and. The way the West portrays Muslims in movies is very, 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 very. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like
they portray like as if like we're oppressed.
Oppressed aside, they portray like they know better for what Muslims want than what Muslims want.
That's bang on right there.
How do you know what we want? Do you come in our houses? Do you know what it's about? You're talking like, you know what I don't understand is I won't go to a non-Muslim's house, whether it be a Jew, a Christian, or whatever, and tell them that as a Christian you're not supposed to drink, mate, or as a Jew you're not supposed to do this, or you know, because they're gonna practice their religion how they see fit. But that's what it's about. It's about to each his own. You can't paint a brush across a screen and say, right, all Muslims are oppressed, and then what they're trying to do is get reactions. Because if you look at some of the comments in the Netflix series on YouTube, they've had like 4.5 million views in a couple of days. And a load of the comments are just like talking about, they get people arguing, and that's what they try and do. They try and stir it up.
Yeah, but the thing is though, it's not only Muslims. I've seen comments from non-Muslim as well. This is not right.
They're beefing. That's not beefing. That's what I'm saying.
It's not right in any way, shape or form. And the thing is, right, alhamdulillah, yeah, in Islam there's objective morality. When something's wrong, it's wrong. When something's right, it's right. But this is subjective morality, because 20 years ago, or 30 years ago, or God knows how many years ago, being gay wasn't okay. They said this person's mentally ill, for an example, and now it is okay. And there was things back then that was okay, and now they're not okay. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's where this comes. And there was a comment. Someone basically gave feedback to Netflix, and they basically complained about what's going on. So why are you putting something like this out there? And they went back and said they're basically catering for the needs of everyone.
But that's not catering for the needs of everyone. What's that catering?
That's catering. That's for paedophilia.
Yeah,
paedophilia.
Because
and sooner or later they're gonna accept that as well.
If you're putting an 11-year-old on screen and you know that there's so much wrongness going on with paedophiles out there, which is a different subject we need to be speaking about.
Yeah.
And if you want to hit in the comments that we're gonna cover that. But paedophiles will be watching this thinking, whoa, eye candy, man, legit on Netflix.
Soft porn, basically.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's like, we're not pushing it too far, because I tell you, when some people think, oh, these guys are just so far the other way, have an open and liberal mind. What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you? You have a proper attentive mind, mate. Think about where you're going. You're telling me I'm wrong, I think you're wrong. I think you guys are out of order on this one, because when you're wrong, you can't be wrong and strong. And that's the way I see it. You can be right and fight. If I'm right, I'm going to fight. If I'm wrong, I can't be strong. You guys are wrong to put this on screen. Hey?
Don't fight me though.
Hey, listen, with them muscles, mate, no one's fighting you. But yeah, I personally, going back to the subject about this young girl, 11-year-old twerking, I've got children, and, I've got nephew and nieces that fit this criteria, age group kind of thing and all that stuff, and we see the peer pressure of what's going on with like being Insta famous, with all this like Charlie D'Amelio, she's 16 years old, she's got the most followers on TikTok, all this kind of stuff. It's like putting a high pressure on young children, and that's where a lot of these youngsters are suffering from nervous breakdown, anxiety or disorders. They're suffering from, basically, they can't be themselves. They're socially becoming inverts, because they can't be themselves, because they're looking at everything else, and they think if they say something that don't conform to what the masses are saying, then they're wrong. And that's not really having your say. It's like you're basically, I think the media are really oppressing the youngsters. They're oppressing because they want you to become a certain way, and if you're not that way, you're not getting exposed. Simple as that. If you're not twerking, if you're not, putting up certain things out there that attract the eye at a young age, or sexually switching on youngsters, because if I'm an 11-year-old, 12-year-old, and I go back to my school days, that was only about 10 years ago, mate. So I'm in school, I'm 11, 12 years old, mate. I used to be thinking about my lessons, my mates, what I'm doing on the weekend at the park. Games.
PS1, PS2, whatever it was.
Yeah, but no, it was Nintendo, mate, for me. Nintendo 64. Pal.
Jinx.
Get it right. You what?
I said Jinx. I said Nintendo 64. Oh, forget it, doesn't matter.
Anyway, I was thinking about Nintendo. I wasn't thinking about getting on there, mate, and twerking, because it's ridiculous, man. It's like...
Have you seen the cover of Cuties? There's basically 4 girls, right? I think 4 girls or 5 girls. I've not really seen it properly. It's like one that you look at it and think, oh my gosh, what the hell is that? there's one girl, she's doing this with her body, another one bending over, and then another one. They're all like fully showing their bodies as well.
I'll tell you what it is. You know, when like back in the day, you'll see like a cover on a billboard or something like Showgirls or something that was 18, certified 18, about strippers or something.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they're doing with the young generation.
Yeah.
But before, you used to have the BB of C, who were the legislative body that will regulate the industry of the age groups. Like you got PG, parental guidance, you had 12, you had 15, and you had 18. Yeah. PG was like you could watch that movie with your family.
Yeah.
Nowadays PG you'll get a nod swear in it. 12 was like you could watch it with family as well. But now 12's like a 15. The 15s are like an 18, and 18 you might as well forget about it. Yeah. This is what they're going through. Like the restrictions are coming down. Like this what's it called? Whatever it's called. I don't want to talk.
Cuties.
Yeah. What is it? PG 18, 12. I bet it's a 12.
I'm not
no, it might not even be a 12. It might be a PG because it's 11.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've not really looked into it that deep, but
any of my children or any of my nephew nieces watching this, I'll be like, troll, mate. Put it down, switch it off, forget about, get out of here. They'll be like,
get out of here.
You get out of here. You're done. You're done out here. The phone, gone.
Yeah.
Tablet, gone. You, gone. So that's what it's like. Because you don't want to expect. I'm going on a little bit. Let's see the timer here, because I'm working on a timer here, mate, and I want to know where we're at. Right, we've got 2 minutes, 30 seconds left.
So the thing is, I think they're just taking the mick out of Muslims, right? You might have seen something recently, Nike. Have you seen that advert?
Oh yeah, when they're running and she changes into like a pride flag.
Yeah, she's wearing a niqab and she was fully covered, and then she switches, and then she's got the flag of
pride,
liberalism. And there's another thing. Have you seen that Adidas Yeezys, the new ones?
No.
Basically, Kanye West has released the new colour of them Yeezys,
in rainbow.
And, it's called Israfil.
Alright, Israfil, which is the shape.
The angel who blows the trumpet. Who blows the trumpet for the Day of Judgment.
Yeah.
And he's named it after that. So I feel like there's a lot of hate towards Muslims. Like they're taking a mick out Muslims. Why would you name your shoes after Israfil?
And you know, like when you look at all this kind of stuff that's going on in the wider industry, now you know why the rich are becoming rich, because the agenda is different. They can push agendas to millions of followers within a press of a button. Yeah. That's where you see it, right? Like they'll press a button, bang, it's out there. And then what happens is, because one person's done it, say they got 1 million followers, 800 will be like, yeah, man, they'll be talking about it, they propagate it, dun. Next thing you know, out there 800,000 followers, there'll be about 100,000 celebrity followers. 10 of them will do it, then 20 of them. Next thing you know, it's a ripple effect. And with the social media industry, we've got 1 minute left. Basically, it blows up so quick, So the agendas are coming from the top level.
Yeah.
Top level. We're gonna do a program on Illuminati. We need to be talking about that.
Yeah, exactly. All I could say is, right, if you're a parent, just please watch what your kids are watching on Netflix. I wouldn't even encourage.
You know what? You
Netflix,
can have profiles on there and lock what they're watching.
Can you?
Okay. You can have a profile with a passcode on it, so they can only watch 12 and under.
Oh,
right?
Really?
And if they have to go over 12 and under, they have to put a passcode in.
But the thing is, like you said earlier, 12 and under is now 15.
But what you do is you can then block that movie, I think, on the phone.
So you have to watch that movie to know if it's bad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What slips under the... This is what I mean, it's all subliminal stuff, and then what they do, they slip it under the door. It's like having that envelope come through the door. You don't even hear the door knock. It's like, bang, what's that on the floor? It's an envelope. That's what I mean with Netflix. What's that? He's watching. Oh, it's only Cuties.
Yeah.
You don't even think about it. Yeah, alright, it's cool. Listen, watch it and go sleep at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
They'll be up till 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
But anyway, all I'm going to say is...
Right, let's wrap this up, mate, because the timer's on. We've got 20 seconds to wrap this up.
So all I'm going to say is, please do not watch it, and just... don't even recommend it to your friends and family. Don't even talk about it, That's what Netflix wants to do. They want you to talk about it.
They tried it with Messiah. Remember that Messiah? We're going overtime now by 20 seconds because we took a bit of rabbiting on.
Messiah,
Remember the Messiah? They're
controversial
about the jar. But you know what? A lot of Muslims did not watch it. I watched one episode to see, like, if I could talk about this to somebody who wants to talk about it, and I can kind of give them an opposing view of what I think. I watched it for 30 minutes. I switched it off. This is overblown rubbish. Rubbish, pal. Right. So what I'm saying with the Cuties, have the same reaction. Don't watch it. What are you gonna watch it for? You might as well just watch Mickey Blue Eyes. Forget about it. Yeah. So on that note, what we'll do, we'll come back to you next week, and we've got more topics for you. Keep watching, keep liking, keep commentating, and keep helping us grow this channel. We're growing this platform, but we might be moving on a different platform soon. We might be moving.
Yes, we'll talk about that in a future podcast.
In a future podcast. But anyway, get out of here. We'll see you next time. Freaking baby.
Peace.